Right. So, Kathleen, everyone has some stressors that are happening in their lives. Would it be okay if we talked about some of yours that you're experiencing right now?
Absolutely.
So, what would you say comes to mind? Are there a few things? Are there just a list that would come to your mind to to discuss today, or just even just brain dump a bit of what are some of the key stressors going on for you right now?
Yes, time management and just so many things coming at me without planning, just last minute. Got to run to the hospital to see this person or that person, just not being able to keep my head above water. And that's a lot of stressors, but in one category.
Mm-hmm. All right, so time management, but regarding several different things. What are some of the key pieces of the time management? Are there key areas that you're feeling are most important?
Maybe um, getting organized and scheduling stuff so that I can schedule time for myself.
Okay, so getting organized, scheduling, and time for yourself. From the, what would you say are things that have been interrupting or making it hard to schedule time for yourself or to organize?
That I can't say no. Not saying no.
Okay. So boundaries and
Yeah.
not being able to say no. So that's a little bit different in a way. So you have time management that you're thinking about, organization, also boundaries.
True.
If one of those are rising to the surface, or maybe the foundation, what would you say is maybe the first place to begin?
Probably the boundaries, because if I organize and schedule and time management, my boundaries are consistently blowing those up. So
Mm-hmm.
maybe boundaries, yeah.
Sure. Okay, so boundaries, starting there is then a key ripple effect to making it easier to have management of your time and organization.
Absolutely.
So, what would you say in order to reach this goal? What do you need to change?
I don't know how to change. It's something I'm totally working on.
Okay, so one thing, if you were to imagine yourself making a boundary, just a situation in your life right now, like what comes to your mind when you imagine? Is it a certain person you're talking to? Is it a situation? What might be one that you could picture?
Well, I think it's, you know, people in crisis that aren't even on my plate, that when I'm asked, I feel, or I don't feel, I just jump in to help. I just say yes. Why do I say yes? That is the question. Is it, there's something that's feeding that? Is it people pleasing? Is it Kathleen's the only one to save everybody? You know what I mean? I'm the, if I don't do it, no one else will. There's something in there
Mm,
that I'm trying to learn.
okay. So a situation that you find yourself in frequently is you see a need or you hear a need and you automatically want to say, maybe not even if you're asked, but you want to jump in and help fix it.
Absolutely. That, yes, 100%.
Okay. And what would you say to this statement? A boundary is not just what is not okay, but what is okay. Like how does that resonate with you?
So boundary keeps out what's not okay and keeps in what is okay.
Mm-hmm.
Am I understanding
Yeah.
that? Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Do you picture that when you're thinking of your boundaries?
Not really.
Mm.
Pretty, off the cuff, really trying to stop answering with that kind of trauma,
Mm-hmm.
acting out of that broken person and maybe trying to take on others' pain or feeling like that's my role in life. I'm the person that, picks up the loose ends or the dump.
Mm. Right. So a boundary could be a little scary because this is a part of who you've been in a way. Like you said, you are the person who shows up, who helps fix. But you've also seen that that can be taken away from your own health, and that maybe you haven't kept a place of boundary for yourself to be helped and to be taking care of what you need as well.
Absolutely. So the organized schedule is affected by my running around, picking up everybody's fire. So I'm not living my full life. It's really affected by this inability to say no.
So if you look forward and you picture saying no to someone, or even if someone didn't ask, but you hear of a situation and you automatically have that desire, but you have been working and saying, well, I want to be more mindful of what I say yes to. What would that look like for you? Like when you picture yourself setting that boundary, how does that make you feel?
So real quick, we are at 11 o'clock. If you guys are okay with hanging out for another 10 minutes, we'll maybe wrap this up in 3 or 4 and then debrief with the rest of the time. Okay, thanks.
Amanda, you said, what's it look like if I was able to say no?
Yeah.
Like that I could live my full life. Like I could be everything that I want to be as a child of God, as a, friend and employee. I could be.
So,
And
yeah. So you feel that by setting some boundaries, you actually could be more generous because
yes,
you're able to give because you have some of that energy and not just continually being drained.
yes, I love that. Yes.
That's great. Yes. So when you see practical steps to get there, you've been envisioning, you see you have the desire to move forward to that. You see the positive outcomes that could be. But then there's the how do you get there? What are specific things that you could see helping you to move in that direction?
I just have this visual of stop, drop, and roll. That sounds so stupid, but okay, someone texts or someone asks something, or something's not, been covered and I'm running out for that, to stop and just drop to my knees and just roll it over in my mind for a second before I'm, halfway down the block and committing something and then extra tired and thinking I got to stay here because I started and, but maybe just a very intentional flag that comes up right away when something comes my way that way.
Mm-hmm.
That's huge.
That is. So a thought of stop, drop, and roll. It is something very catchy. It's like a mantra that you could tell or bring to mind easily that gets you to pause, think about what you really want to do in that situation. And sometimes it could be yes, sometimes it could be no, but it gives you that time to assess, think about what it means, and if you want to say yes or no.
I love that.
That sounds like a very good next step to start you on this journey.
Wow. This was so helpful to me, Amanda. You can send me your bill. It's huge. Really, yeah. Wow. Thank you.
You're welcome.
It's like, my last name is spelled P.
My Venmo account is there.
Yeah.
All right. So I'm going to take you guys off the spotlight, hopefully. Remove spotlight and remove. Come on now. Interesting. Oh, there we go.
Oh, there you are.
Huh. I'm not getting a, there we go. Yeah. Might just be on speaker view. I'm not sure. So hopefully that will.
Let's see
Yeah.
if it's on speaker
Yeah,
view.
yeah,
No,
there we go.
no,
Thank
it's you. It's you mode. You're the great and powerful Oz, and
you. Me? I am?
Yeah, you are. Yes, you are the focus one.
But you came
Weird.
up there, Liz, when you
Oh,
talked.
oh, maybe when yourself are.
Speaker.
Are you
Yeah.
on right now as the focus person?
No.
It's you.
Now you are.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's
It
on
is-
speaker
it's a
mode.
speaker. Okay, cool.
Okay. So yeah, let's start with what went well. What are some things you saw that went well?
Well, I really liked her stop, drop, and roll.
Mm-hmm.
I think that was huge. I have a friend that told me something very similar: stop, think, and act.
Mm-hmm.
Same kind of principle. And I think, yeah, just that whole stop. Stop a minute, think about this instead of just doing it.
Yeah, and I like that came from Kathleen,
Mhm.
right? So she's way more likely to use it. What else was good?
From the beginning of getting the list, and it took a while to get to boundaries, but realizing that was the main one that had the ripple effect. And so this method was really good. It got to the heart fast, the way they did it.
Yeah, I thought that was good, right? Because you could be working on something that's maybe surface level. If this thing is going to
Time management, it seems like, let's
Yeah.
talk about time management principles. That's easy. People sell lots of books on these things. But if the heart of it is that I'm saying I can't say no, that's a different issue.
Yep. So
I mean,
very good at eliciting from her what her thoughts were about what the real issue is, rather than kind of what's the standard advice people would get. Yeah, good.
Yeah.
Amanda did great there. I imagine that I would have taken time management or organization and just started to go down that path, but she was patient, and I want to go back over those questions because she had me mesmerized. I was just in her palm, so I want to go see what she'd used on me, but it was awesome. Good job.
Very cool. Were you going to say something else, Liz?
I had two other good things that Amanda that I saw. That Amanda did a great reflection when they were talking about her lack of boundaries. I just saw some excellent reflecting. And then I love the hypothetical of definition of a boundary of keeping good things in it. It was a way of naturally teaching what a boundary is, and just asking for a hypothetical, which means like a safer way to respond to a question, because we're just philosophizing here.
Yep.
Yes,
Much
Instead of
safer.
why do you have a hard time keeping bad things out and letting good things in?
Yeah.
It's the opposite of that kind of attack.
There was
Yeah, I
also.
didn't-
Oh, go ahead, Kathleen.
No, I talked already. You go ahead.
Oh, there was I can't remember what the question was right now, but there was a point at which Amanda asked a question, and Kathleen started talking about how she didn't feel like she could be fully herself and couldn't really do what God intended. And that was like ding, 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 like gold. That was really solid change talk, because she really talked about reasons and a need for that. And then Amanda came back with, you feel like you can't be generous. was the summary of that, and you could see that just like that summarized it, but it also almost lended a bit of change talk to her, and she accepted it. She was like, yes, like that's not exactly what I said, but that's what I was thinking.
Yeah.
Well, I remember that whole conversation in the positive instead of in the negative form of that because I thought this came after Amanda saying, can you imagine what setting healthy boundaries would look like? And Kathleen took a breath.
Yeah.
It was a beautiful moment. And then she talked about, I would truly be able to live the life that God wants me to lead. And then Amanda said, and you'd be able to be more generous with that.
Yeah.
Instead of telling a server, the servant's heart, say, no, this is a way to say no to people. It's like, no, we're helping you feel good about that. Yes, you can say. It was a great reframe.
Yeah. I think that minute and a half or whatever it was just a watershed moment. Very, very well handled. And it really got her to express her change talk. And then that little bit of Lent talk or reframe or whatever that was, just it made sense to Kathleen, rather than saying you're depriving yourself of something. You actually get to be more generous by doing this.
Yeah.
Cool. How about any areas of improvement for Amanda?
Mhm.
I think in this situation with Kathleen and also Amanda working with me, I think both of us feel like we have a path forward and that she facilitated that.
Yep.
You think so, Kathleen?
Absolutely. Yeah, I just really can't. I'm gonna have to like reprocess that. I can't believe this just happened.
So the negative is that I see that Amanda did this so well that it can feel intimidating, like this is the only right way to do it. And the truth of the matter is you can stumble through and do a lot worse and still help people. So
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. I hope that it's not intimidating to people and they see it's something that can happen. I would say I felt like there was some, like it was like a roulette wheel that was going around for a minute when we hit that question where we got gold. It was like, oh, okay, that was it right there. And then the other thing I would just say with the quote that you gave, ask.
Mm-hmm.
You didn't ask. So I would, just like, hey, can I share a thought with you?
Yeah.
Just
What
to
was
be
that quote?
consistent with MI. But it was about what was
it
that?
keeps good things in and bad things out.
Okay.
So using elicit, provide, elicit
Yeah.
of saying,
Okay.
hey, there's something I heard about boundaries. Would you like me to share with you? Is that how you?
Yeah.
That's all.
So I think it worked, right? And it went through. To be more consistent with MI, you would use the elicit, provide, elicit. So, what do you already know about boundaries? Can I share a quote that's been helpful to other people? Yes. You share it. What do you think of that?
I did
Cool.
provide elicit without the first elicit.
Uh-huh. Yeah. Yeah. Any positives or any other areas for improvement? If not, that was great. I'm so glad that you guys were here. I learn a lot when I do this, and it's cool. It's really cool to be able to watch other people do it too. I take a lot from that. So I'm glad you guys were here, and I hope you got some benefit from it. And I hope that what happened today will help you guys personally, and also help in conversations that you have with people in your ministries and your lives and all that stuff. So, and thanks for staying a little bit extra. Appreciate it.
Thanks for you staying extra.
Yeah.
Thanks, you guys. I hope to see you next month. Nice to meet you, Kathleen. God bless you.
Nice to meet you.
I've got some after class work to do, right, Kathleen?
Yeah, we both do. Yes.
Okay. All right.
Thanks, guys. Bye, Amanda.
Bye.
Thank you.
All right, guys. We'll see you later.
See ya.